How you doing? It's BatiYah. Yeah, so anyway, it's been a minute since I've like made video, like probably a week or so, but you know, I was being a little bit more consistent, so it's been a little break. Hopefully I'm back. Okay, so I just want to let you know that I am I just recently went vegan, like vegan again. It's been about a week. And I had already stopped eating a bunch of carbs since July. So like I stopped eating potatoes and corn chips and all that stuff, rice. This was since July. So I just been, I guess, naturally really pulling certain things out of the way I eat, you know, since I dropped the carbs, I'm telling you, even when I was eating meat, very recently, I still reaped a lot of benefits from that way of eating. And I had more mental clarity. Events got better in my life, because we have to realize, if you don't already, that when we eat certain foods, it causes certain things to happen in our life. It's just plain and simple. If you want to call it metaphysics of food, it's really that deep. You know, what happens inside of our bodies happens outside of our bodies. And so it's like, if you eat real cleansing foods, like, I don't know, lemons or, you know, apples or, you know, whatever, and you start cleansing inside of your body, the gunk and the weed and the sticky, gooey dairy, etc. I stopped that in July too of 2017. Outside of your life, the events, not outside of your life, outside of your body, but the events of your life will reflect that cleansing. So if somebody's like really irritating to you at your job or something like that, they will all of a sudden find another job, you know, whatever. They'll just be gone because you cleanse the inside of your body. This inside of your, you know, intestines is your universe. That's your universe. That's your stuff going on. And it's when I was first raw vegan, that's a tip on this video, because I'm going here again. Oh my God, today. Anyway, when I was first raw vegan in 2012, it was the end of 2012. Not the end of 2012, it was like about 3.5 months in 2012. And it was 2013 for 6 months. I was raw vegan 6 months straight, like from January to July, sometime in 2012. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I mean, literally at that time, it was a bit of a challenge for me to be a raw vegan, I will say, because I was in a relationship, and you know, he didn't want me to eat that way for whatever reason. I was cooking primarily, and I did not want to taste the cooked food because I was really tempted to go back to cooked foods, and I just didn't want it. I didn't want to taste it, so I wasn't tasting the food when I was cooking it. And even though you can cook, if you cook, you don't necessarily have to taste foods in order for it to turn out well, you know. But I just became really disinterested in cooked foods. I was on my way, I guess, in certain ways out of the relationship anyway. And I really wanted my health back. I was eating a lot of starchy foods. We were vegan at the time, but it was just very much that cooked. I'm not gonna say totally junk food vegan, but very carb vegan. And people have to realize, even if you're not eating meat, if you're eating a bunch of potatoes, yes, I'm gonna say it, you know, I would add sweet potatoes in there too, even though they might not be as bad as like the white potatoes and things like that. But if you're eating a bunch of that, if you're eating a bunch of like corn and rice, stuff like that, beans, guys, and I'm not judging. This is from like my personal experience. You can have a lot of inflammation in the body. For me, it was very difficult for my body to digest all that. And oatmeal, oh my gosh, a lot of times oatmeal is laced with wheat. I'm gluten-free now since 2015. I had since left that situation and going gluten-free on my own. And it was probably one of the best dietary decisions of my life, other than being a raw vegan during that time. 2013, 2012. Best decision eating-wise, metaphysically for my life, was going gluten-free. I will say that if you don't do anything else, you know, you watch this video, you might be kind of interested in raw food, maybe not, you know, you may be doing it already, or you might not be. But if you can stop eating the wheat, oh my gosh, your life will get so much better. Like, your intestines will get so much better. You'll start digesting your food, etc. And remember, what happens inside everybody happens outside everybody. Could you imagine? Okay, you're eating a gooey substance. I know I'm a little all over the place with this, but it's all tied together, because these are the reasons why I am going not just vegan, but raw vegan. Again, I'm going raw vegan again. Oh my God. I'm doing it again. I don't know how long I am, you know, going to do it. I keep saying this to myself. I want to get back to that other thought too, but you know, for right now, this is where I'm going. But just imagine, like, if it's true that what happens inside of our body happens to our life. You're eating this gooey, sticky substance that's sticking into your intestines, which is one of the most important. That's the way that you absorb your nutrients in your body. Like, that's the way it all travels. Like, you need that to be clear. Like, that's your road. That's your road to riches. That's your road to peace. Like, do we realize this? I realized that when I was a raw vegan, I cleared a lot of that. And you know, but, oh my gosh, here I go, tripping. I'm looking at my phone, and this is not a plug, but I have a Samsung phone. Why did I just focus on the 3 letters in that word, S-U-N? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more of that. And I had my kale yesterday, and this is, I'm telling you, this is how it works. I just focus on the word sun. Okay. I want to get back to that. See, the universe is like, tell them about the sun. And, you know, that's really the crux of this whole thing. Is eating foods with the living sun in it. Because that's where the power lies. That's where you really change your life and improve your life and get more money and prosperity and peace and etc. I'm telling you, it's like magic. So, but anyway, let me just double back real quick about the wheat. Really quick. So you're eating this gooey, sticky substance that, for a lot of people, it kind of rips through the intestines. It really does. It creates holes in the intestines, gut permeability, etc. I'm not a doctor. Look it up on your own. You can talk to a doctor, get a naturopath, whatever you need to do. I'm not trying to give you, you know, dietary advice for you to just follow lock, stock, and barrel. Look into it yourself. But these are things that I have experienced, and I'm just want to give you like a little view on this. So imagine that this gooey stuff is sticking into your intestines, and it's very slow digesting. It has some toxins in it, or some, you know, things in it that make you extremely hungry, gliadin, make you extremely hungry, etc., etc. You know, greens have a lot of irritants in them. But these are things that you're putting into your universe, into your inner body, right? Let's just look at the gooey, sticky part, because that's the part we all know that wheat is gooey and sticky. Like, it's dough, you know, very sticky dough. Imagine what events, you know, in your life that will turn into. Like, just imagine that. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where to look on this phone. If I look here, I'm looking at myself, which is comfortable for me, but I don't know if I'm looking right at you. If I look up here where you take the pictures, that's why I'm staring up there, because I'm thinking that that's looking more directly at you. So bear with me, because this is like the first time I'm recording on my phone. I'm trying to figure out which one is the best, phone, camera, or computer. So anyway, and that's a blessing, right? That's a good problem to have, right? Trying to figure out which one to do. So anyway, imagine what kind of events in your life that's going to turn into, right? If this theory is right. Some sticky, gooey ass experiences. Like really, some irritating, low vibrational stuff. Low vibrational. If you're made up of like mostly water, right? That's what they tell us. And this is, you know, I might have to record this experiment on my you know, make a video like specifically about this, because I think it's so interesting and so telling. Let's say we're made of water, right? Take a cup of water, glass of water, and put a nice ball of wheat in there and just throw it in the water. You know what I mean? And just put it in the water. What is it going to do? It's going to sink all the way down to the bottom. It's going to sink down to the bottom. I wasn't going to say presume, but I posit or suggest, strongly suggest, and have experienced that this is what happens to our life when we eat wheat. It sinks. Our life, events, etc. just start to just descend. It's crazy. And it also works the opposite way. You stop eating wheat, honey, your life gets better and better and better. Even, this is my experience, even if, I'll say me, when I was eating meat very, very, very recently, because I still was eating meat up until like a couple weeks ago, you know, I didn't eat a lot of beef and stuff. I mean, I was eating like turkey links and turkey bacon and eggs and stuff like that. Like eggs were the last thing to go. Like I just let those go like a week ago. So I'm still kind of reeling from that. And now the universe is like, oh, we have something else, BatiYah. We want you to go totally raw vegan. I'm like, really? No, first when I left the eggs, I went vegan. So I was doing the cooked veggies for like a week. So it's been about a couple weeks since I've been off eggs. And I've been doing cooked veggies and fruit. I don't do nuts. I don't eat nuts and seeds. And I'll explain to you why. Let me just, again, I'm all over the place. But let me finish the other thought. Again, so the wheat, I mean, it really sinks your life. And it works the opposite way. Where you stop eating wheat, you go gluten-free. Your life gets better. My life got a lot better when I stopped eating wheat. When I stopped eating the carbs, the potatoes. And a lot of people think they're like kind of healthy. But for me, they just gave me a lot of swelling, you know, in my ankles. And like, I'm too young for that. Like, it wasn't from salt I was eating. It was from like potatoes and cheese and dairy. And what else was giving me inflammation and swelling and a lot of water weight? Rice, beans. I didn't eat I wasn't eating a whole lot of rice and beans. There was a time I used to. During the time when I was the cooked vegan back in 2012, 2013, when I was in that relationship, and I just had to take a break because my legs and feet were swollen so bad. It was like crazy. It was crazy. And I just had to stop. And he didn't understand. He did not understand. I guess it felt like I was rejecting his food and stuff like that. I'm like, this is not working for me. I'm eating tons of oatmeal every day. Yeah, we're supposed to be vegan, but we're eating our vegetables. We're eating some fruit. But we ate a lot of popcorn. I mean, it was fun. Occasionally, we would do the fake soy. Like, oh, soy is not good. Not good. Causes a lot of inflammation. Slows you down. Makes you late for stuff. Like, very, very forgetful. And I guess the other issues. See, I like to talk about the metaphysics. It's things that directly happen to your life when you eat foods. You know, I might not know. I know some of the science of it. But I wanna, you know, make this like real. So hopefully I'll do better in like expressing this to people, expressing this to you, expressing this to myself, you know, about the events that happen in our life when we eat certain things. But yeah, soy is another one. But it's not, you know, I don't think it's worse than wheat. I mean, it's very, 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 very close. Very close. But I think wheat is the worst. Because if you're eating something that is causing your insides basically not to breathe. Like, it's just, you can't absorb just about anything with wheat. And then it has the gliadin in there that makes you just want to eat more and more and more. So you're eating it 1, 2, 3 times a day. Yeah, your cereal, your breads, your donuts, your cakes, your like, oh, your body has not a chance to breathe. How are you going to live like that? I mean, no wonder you have so many irritating things happening in your life because you're eating too much wheat. So you can breathe, so your intestines can breathe. When your intestines can breathe, then you can breathe. Okay, so, anyway, fast forward to now. This is, I guess I'm recording this, now it's the 21st. It's like wee hours in the morning. So I'll say the 21st of October of 2017. Saturday, yeah. I guess it's Saturday morning. Back to raw vegan. And I'm kind of excited. For a while, I stopped eating my kale because it seemed like every time I was eating it, I was getting like a bit of swelling. Though I had some yesterday and I didn't do that. Could it have been the conjunction of the raw kale and like the other foods I was eating that caused that swelling reaction? Because I was eating, like, at the time I had my kale, I think I was still eating some meat, animal products and things like that. Eggs. I'm pretty sure I was eating the eggs. And those foods cause inflammation anyway. So, I don't know. Was the kale putting more water in my body to help rinse some of that stuff out? And I'm looking at it like, oh, my legs are swelling up a little bit. And it's giving me too much inflammation. And, you know, there's issues about gout and things like that. If people have issues or thyroid issues with raw kale, I don't know, maybe eating baby kale is a solution. Again, I'm not a doctor, please, because that can be serious for some people. So some people just have to just stay away from like raw kale. I'm not necessarily one of them. I will hopefully see more like during this week because I have a big thing of raw kale in my fridge. I actually bought it to cook. I was like, let me just take a little bite. And then yesterday, that was the day before yesterday. And then yesterday I put more in my smoothie. I'm starting to make like these banana ice creams. So like it's kind of like a smoothie, but I don't put as much water. So when I blend it, it's like kind of thick. And I put my fruit in it, and it's almost like an ice cream, or like, you know, like a sorbet type thing. So I put some kale in that, and here I am recording another video. That's another thing. When you eat, when I eat, any of us eat foods that are filled with the sun, it causes us to do things like, I'll say prosperous things, you know, productive things. I haven't recorded a video, like I said, in, you know, maybe a couple weeks or something like that. And now I'm doing it again. I'm just like, I just popped up, you know, and I'm like, you know what, let me just make another video about this and share this with people. You know, it's a difference between thinking of things that you want to do. Our minds are always thinking of things we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I got a few more minutes on this video, so I'm just checking it. So, at least 5 minutes. But our minds are always checking things, or thinking about things that we want to do. Oh, man, I would love to do this, or I used to do this. Now I got older, and I have children, and maybe I'm a little more tired, or whatever. I wish I could do this. Our minds are always going to do that, because our minds are set to be, I'm not gonna say our minds, but our higher self is always set on being prosperous. That's our God self. That's our higher self. Our minds have other thoughts too. It kind of processes all that, and then our mind can think other things. It's like a mixture of your higher self, the things that your body kind of wants to do, you know. So you can't always judge properly what's you can't always judge what's in your mind and think that that's what you should do, because there's some thoughts in there that you've got to filter out, okay? But generally speaking, when you start thinking these higher thoughts, like, oh, I wish I could do this, and you're trapped, it's like you're trapped. You're not doing it. You have to look at what you're eating. Every single time I start eating the sun, primarily in the leafy greens, the dark leafy greens, is just the way it is. And it has to be fresh. Not from a package, not from a bag, some plastic bag that's in the store, and you think it's fresh. So you're, oh, I got my kale. No, I don't know what they did to it. They did something to it. Get it off the shelf. If it's not from your garden or something like that, or somebody else's garden. Off the shelf, you know, the kind where they put the water on and it's just, that's the active kale and leafy greens you want to eat. That's going to give you that sun. That's going to make your life more productive, and etc. But you know, that's what I ate yesterday, and I'm doing a video today, and I haven't done one in a couple weeks. I keep saying this because I just love it. So here I go to the end of the video, but I'm back on a journey of being raw vegan again. And I'm excited. I'm a little bummed because I'm a human being, and so there's a part of me that loves to eat all that other stuff that I just mentioned, the gooey stuff. Not so much wheat, you know, though it could be tempting sometimes, but I know what it does, so it's not that tempting. But like cooked stuff and oh man, just, you know, but I know the prosperity that can come with these sun-filled foods. So I'm excited. I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you for listening. I have a couple more minutes on this video. And yeah, if you tune in, you know, you can check out my journey. This is going to be day one. So I had some cooked foods yesterday, and then that realization just started coming to me more like, you know what? Maybe I should just let it go. Let the cooked food go. So even the cooked veggies. So anyway, I don't do nuts and seeds. I can hopefully make another video about that, but I'm all about absorption of nutrients and absorption, and I feel absorption of water, etc. Like, how, you know, are we going to grow? We're a plant. If we continue to eat very drying foods that take all our water, how is our hair going to grow? How are we going to clear up in many ways? You know, I cut like most of my hair off in July. I think it's a nice little size afro right now for like cutting it off in July. You know, I think it's growing pretty well, and I don't eat any nuts, so nuts slow hair growth to me. I don't want it, you know. So anyway, things like that. But fruits, veggies, avocados gonna be my friends because I need that fat, honey. I need that fat. I've been, you know, I have lost a lot of weight since I did stop the carbs in July. Even when I was eating meat and other cooked veggies, you know, I wasn't eating the potatoes and all that stuff, rice and beans and you know, even the dairy. And so I lost a lot of weight. So avocados gonna be my friend, and kale and stuff like that, and you know, my fruit, and we're gonna see how this is. This will be my first full, so this is the beginning of my first full day of being raw vegan again. And you know, here we go. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something positive out of that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you have already, thank you. What's up? And alright, so this is BatiYah signing out. You can check me out at my website. Still like updating everything at BatiYah.com, BatiYah.com. And my phone is like starting to blink me off. So yeah, peace and love. Bam, I'm out.